Be me, mid-20s. Live alone in what used to be my grandparents' house before they moved away. Been living here for a few months. Really enjoy listening to heavy metal music and the like. I instinctively always get up and dance / thrash around / headbang to really good riffs and grooves. One night, I'm moving around to a song when I see it for a brief second. At the doorframe. A roundish, head-shaped object at around head level at the edge of the doorless doorframe going into a storage room / laundry room. Pic related, a really shitty drawing of what I thought I saw. It was blurry and not a lot of details, probably because I was moving around like an acoustic spaz. Because I'm thrashing around, I don't really get a good chance to stop and look by. Literally a second passes, and I look back. It's effing gone. Double take. Go and investigate. Storage room / laundry has no windows or other ways out. And my computer is set up in a way if somebody went in there, I would have definitely saw them. Make sure there's literally nothing at head level that I could have mistook for that head-shaped thing. Like a box or a shadow on the wall. Nothing. Don't get easily paranoid, so I brush it off as maybe my long hair getting in the way and my mind playing tricks. A month passes, completely forget about that incident. I'm doing laundry in that storage room. Behind me would be the doorframe, leading to my computer area / nerd stuff, where I generally listen to music and post on the internet. And on my computer speakers, I'm blasting music. As I'm done doing laundry, I quickly turn around, half dancing to my music. See the effing object again. But this time I'm not thrashing around, so I actually get a good look for what might be a second or two. It's very clearly a head, I think, with facial features and longish hair. But the facial features are effed up, like a reversed bulge effect from paint. Flight response. Oh shoot, turn my head away. Look back again. It's gone. Be me, 8 or 9 maybe. Pretty modern house by all accounts, not view spooky. Occasionally hear a man say, hello, when upstairs playing. A deep voice, stretching the vowels. Hello! Something old about the voice, almost strained. Always very clear, but never anyone around. Shrug it off. Maybe I can hear a neighbor outside, or it's my imagination. Very rational on reflection, as modern me would be spooked. One night, I'm in bed looking down the hall at my parents' doorway. A hand creeps around the frame and waves to me. Both parents are downstairs. Nope out, start screaming. Mom comes upstairs and tell her. Looks around there and nothing there. Tells me it must be a nightmare. I don't think so, creeped out now. A short while later, parents are home but both outside. Little sister, 5 or 6, and I are playing at the top of the stairs. Hello! I look at my sister. She clearly heard it too. Did you hear that, I ask? I hear it all the time. We both hear a loud laugh, the same voice of a strained old man, but there is something wicked now, malicious. We both scream, run down the stairs, down the hall, out the yard, upstairs to the road. Both parents are washing the car. No one else is around. Bursts into tears. We moved shortly after. My sister and I vividly remember this day still, almost 30 years later. I think I found a fake town last year, like Truman Show fake. Be me, last summer. Cross-country road trip, hitting up some national parks for /out. In central / southern Utah. It's getting late, like 10 p.m. Been driving since 6-ish. It's dark as F, no moon, can only see what's lit up by my headlights. Decide to find some place to rest for the night, at next exit. See a town off in the distance. Turn off on only pull-off I've seen for an hour, heading towards town. Pull-off is unmarked and unlit, not on car GPS, no cell service. Town is directly ahead though. Keep going. Road turns to dirt road and is about 5 miles until it turns to pavement again. Right at the town where businesses and houses started showing up. Immediately, town strikes me as weird. Nobody is on the streets. No cars on the streets or in the business parking lots. Jazz music is being pumped through the streets for some reason. Not loudly, but loud enough to hear. This town that looked to be about 7 blocks wide from some miles out has every major fast food chain I've heard of and 7 hotels on the main street. Still no cell service, still not on car GPS. Go to get food. KFC was fully illuminated and unlocked. Nobody there. Same thing with Jack in the Box. McDonald's has a cashier and cook when I go there. Both look annoyed. Take my order, give me distinctly non-McDonald's nuggets and fries. Leave. Start going to get a bed for the night. Hampton Inn, empty parking lot. Third annoyed-looking person informs me that they're all booked up. La Quinta, person I'm now convinced was the cook at McDonald's, is behind the check-in counter. Also empty parking lot. Also fully booked. Holiday Inn Express. Empty parking lot? Person that was clearly the effing cashier at McDonald's is behind the check-in counter. Surprisingly, they have rooms. Ask him if he's the guy from McDonald's. No, that's my brother. F it, good enough for me. Get to room, Wi-Fi exists but nothing loads. Shower, crash. Wake up next day, no breakfast in lobby, no other guests. McDonald's guy's still there for checkout. Ask him how to get out of town. Same road you came in on. Head to McDonald's to get something to eat. Town is still playing smooth jazz. Still nobody on the street. Order at drive-thru. Drive-thru lady is definitely the lady from the Hampton Inn. Ordered an effing McGriddle and black coffee, and she hands me a microwave English muffin sandwich and what I assume to be some kind of instant coffee. Place is too effing weird to stay and argue. Heading down the only effing road in and out of town. Maybe 3 miles into the 5-mile dirt road, notice big metal wire fence on both sides of the road in the desert. Meet on the road in a big motorized gate that is open. Soon as I pass through, gate starts closing. Get back onto road. Finally get onto 62? That's not right. Could have sworn I was on 89 when I decided to pull off, and there's mountains in between. Finally get cell service. Nothing matches description of town. None of the charges ever show up on my card. I've told some people and one suggested it was Richfield, but I know I was south of there, and they would have actually charged me for stuff. Go in the woods. Hike for a good while. It gets dark. Realize I'm far away from home. Stumble upon a hut. Decide to seek shelter there. Knock on the door. No one answers. Decide to enter. There was a single room with a bed with a lot of paintings with no one in it. Take my shoes off. Crawl into the bed. Notice that the paintings were portraits of people with an angry grimace and staring right at me. Figure it's just the fatigue taking its toll. Slowly doze off. Wake up in the morning. Yawn and stretch. Look around. Ponder for a second. Sudden sting terror permeates my body. Realize that there weren't any paintings in the hut. Only windows. B8 and home by myself. Grandma is out on a date. Watching Pokemon in the living room. Hear a tapping on the window. Look through the window and see a man. Back the F up. He breaks the window. I drop my Pokemon cards I was holding and nope the F out. Run as fast as I can to my great-grandpa's house 4 houses down from ours. Tell him what happened. He calls the police and we go back. The man is gone. Police find something among the cards I dropped. Hand it to my great-grandpa. He begins to tear up a bit and hugs me. Grandma finally comes home and we tell her. Great-grandpa shows her what the police found. She turns pale and hugs me tightly. The next day she replaced the window and has them put up special latches on them and the doors as well. A few years pass and I finally work up the courage to ask what they found. Grandma shows me. It's a picture from the inside of my closet at night. You can see me sleeping in the photo. The date is from 2 days before he broke the window. Early 2000s. Be a young lad, 12 years old, staying with grandparents in Ohio. Grandpa and I spend a morning in town, running errands, picking things up for Christmas dinner, visiting the barbershop, etc. As we're out, it starts to really come down. Heavy snowfall. Freak storm. Grandpa says we'll have to cut our day short. Head back to the house where Grandma's waiting for us. On the way, we spot a figure on the side of the road walking in the opposite direction. Grandpa can't in good conscience let the guy walk in this weather. Stops and asks if he needs a lift, but stops mid-sentence. Shoots me a concerned look, then asks the man to get in. Guy climbs into the back seat. He's a big guy, for you, with a huge beard and a 1,000-yard stare. He also stinks like crap. Grandpa whispers at me not to stare and physically forces my head forward. We drive for a while. The guy is stinking up the entire car and Grandpa and I are holding our breath when suddenly the smell is just gone. And Grandpa busts a U-turn quickly. Confused. I'm fighting the urge to look back. Grandpa tells me it's fine, I can look. The man is gone. I turn and I'm hit with a megaton of WTFs. The bearded guy has disappeared. Ask Grandpa who that was. He says it's best not to talk about it, and by his tone I can tell he means that I should clam up, so I do. As we pass the spot where we picked up the stinky bearded guy, I see another figure by the side of the road. My skin crawls and I think, it's the same guy, even though the snow is so bad that I can't see who it is. Grandpa accelerates a bit. We barrel right past the person. Don't say a word until we get home. Asked him about this a few times before he died, and he always said he'd explain it sometime, but never did. Best and creepiest one I have. Be more or less volunteering at our local veterans hospital. My mom's a head nurse, doing it as a favor. Be working in the cafeteria all night. It's a Christmas party, tons of family visiting. Be me, a Marine and a firefighter, and the regular cafeteria staff working our butts off. Finally get to leave. Be walking to the elevator. Go down to the ground floor and walk out to my car. Get in, drive off. Realize I left my wallet in the nurse's station. Turn around, super annoyed with myself, and drive back. Go back into the parking lot. No lights on, so it's really dark. Park and get out. As I stand up, an older woman is looking at me from the driver's side of another car. Looks like she had just stepped out of her car. I wave, and she just looks at me. Okay? We walk in pretty much together. She's only 5 to 6 steps behind me. I hold the door open for her. She shuffles in. Again, she just gives me a very strange look. Not a dirty one, just more of a confused one. We get into the elevator together. I look at her, then look to the buttons and say, "Ma'am, which floor are you going to?" 7. "Ma'am, there are only 5 floors," as I hit the button for floor 3, and 5 for her. I can see her the whole ride up. She never replies to me about floor 7. My floor is up, the doors open, and I step out. She had scooted to the side of the elevator, so my line of sight with her broke for 2 seconds. Get out. Look back into the elevator, nobody's there. No way she scooted around me that fast without me seeing. I noped the F out for hours after that. Be me, 10 minutes ago. Driving home from work. Cruising down a 2-lane highway. See a car coming my way. All of a sudden, the effing a-hole swerves into my lane. No time to react. Head-on collision. Lose consciousness immediately. Wake up in a white room. See a man who looks exactly like me, seated at a black table. There is a computer in front of him. He tells me I was in a horrible car accident. Ask him if I'm dead. He tells me that in about 5 minutes I will be. Ask him if there's an afterlife. He says no. Tells me that my life is an infinite loop, and once I die, I will be reborn. As myself. Living the same life over and over without end. He gives me his computer and tells me to type out my last words. Go to B and frantically write this post. I only have a few minutes left. My life is about to end. My life is about to begin. I'm 20 years old. 20 years from now, I will be posting this again. I have no idea how many times this has happened before. Be me a month ago, chilling with 2-month-old niece, while bro and his girlfriend are at the store. Alone in their new house, watching baby be cute and stuff. Notice she's staring at something moving above my head, following with her eyes, clearly focused on whatever it is. Look above my head, obviously nothing there besides the back of a couch and a wall. Look back down, she's staring down the hallway, smiling. Sinking feeling in the pit of my stomach as I look down the hall. Swear on whatever God you believe in that I saw a hand with elongated fingers slide behind the door. Jump the F up, baby in arms obviously. Who the F's there? You trying to die, boy? Southerner here. Stand there looking down the hallway. Niece is giggling, looking down the hallway. Backing away from couch/entrance to hallway. I got a gun. Lie. Little man, don't do anything that'll get your ass killed. Hear rustling in back room. Just as I'm about to walk out the front door, brother and girlfriend walk in. Say, someone's in the effing house, and hand her the baby. Me and my brother basically sprint down the hallway and kick open the door at the end of their hallway. Clothes and random stuff thrown everywhere. Nothing stolen whatsoever. $1,000 laptop untouched on bed. Room was clean not an hour before when I got to their house. F all that. Hate being with the baby alone now. And that's the first time anything unexplained has scared the living shit out of me. Be very young, like maybe 4 or 5. Staying at grandmother's house while we were in the process of moving. Have to sleep alone upstairs. Wake up at night and hear someone coming up the stairs. Call out Tommy, as I think it's my brother. Hear a sick, raspy breathing, followed by lip smacking and then moaning. Look out open bedroom door, down dark hallway. See hunched over shape slowly ascending staircase. I'm literally paralyzed with fear. I still remember that kind of fear, primal, blinding in its ferocity. I remember the words it started to say to me as it shambled down the hall towards my room. But honestly, I can't type them. I'm literally tearing up as I think about them. I could see it out there in the dim hall light. It was a woman, a very, very old woman, like mummified woman. I start crying. Suddenly from down the hall, my grandma appears, leaning on her cane. Edith, you'll not touch him. The old hag stops in the hall. You will leave this house, Edith. You no longer live here. I pass out. The next morning it all felt like a dream, but I asked my grandma anyway. Hesitantly, she says it was just an old witch who used to live in the house before my grandparents bought it in the 50s. Tells me to never speak of it again. Nothing strange ever happened in that house again.